Thank you all. Good afternoon. I'd like to welcome everyone to this meeting of the Boston Art Commission. My name is Alexandra Paul-Zotov, and I'm the Public Art Registrar within the Mayor's Office of Arts and Culture. In that capacity, I'm also the administrator of the Art Commission. Let's just all take a moment to update our names and pronouns, as well as make sure that we are muted. In accordance with the Commonwealth of Massachusetts Executive Order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law, we are conducting this meeting virtually. As a reminder, this has been extended until 2026. To ensure public deliberations of the Boston Art Commission, the public may join this meeting through telephone and video conferencing. For those of you with us today, this meeting is being recorded and closed captioning is available, which you may access at the bottom of the screen. If you're having trouble locating the button, please chat us for assistance.
Thank you, Paul. The Mayor's Office of Arts and Culture and the Boston Art Commission believe that public art is any artwork installed in publicly accessible spaces where they can be experienced by everyone for free. For transparency and community input, artworks proposed for City of Boston property are reviewed and discussed at public meetings of the Boston Art Commission, the BAC, on a regular and usually monthly basis. Working together with the public art team and the Mayor's Office of Arts and Culture, the BAC is an independent board composed of 2 ex officio and 7 volunteer community members appointed by the mayor. The BAC has exclusive authority to approve and commission artworks intended to be added to the city's collection or be placed on city property. The public art team in the Mayor's Office of Arts and Culture facilitates the BAC public meetings, manages all phases, daily operations and duties related to public art projects cited on or proposed for Boston property in collaboration with the Art Commission, community members, and colleagues at the City of Boston. We will welcome any questions from you or any comments. Please share them at bac@boston.gov, and Amber Torres will share that with you in the chat. And here you can see our team and the consultants we work with. And with that, I will pass to Vice Chair Mason.
Welcome, everyone, and I'm calling this public hearing to order at 4:43 p.m. Today, the Commission is holding its monthly public meeting. Our meetings are generally held on the second Tuesday of every month. We hope you'll continue to join us. We engage in discussions about public art in Boston in order to foster the creation and collection of artworks that reflect the people, ideas, histories, and futures of Boston, which is located on the traditional homeland of the Massachusetts people and the neighboring Wampanoag and Nipmuc peoples. We acknowledge the atrocities committed against Indigenous peoples, all of the communities that have been subsequently harmed, and the ways in which colonialism has created systemic oppression. We recognize the continuing presence of these communities and the Indigenous peoples represented in the city's residents, in addition to those in the diaspora. We also recognize that Boston exists as a result of forced labor and economic extraction from enslaved African Americans. I will take a roll call of the commissioners to confirm a quorum. After I state your names, commissioners, please say here. Ian.
Here.
Diana. Nigel.
Here.
Napoleon. Caitlin.
Here.
Kenny.
Here.
Abigail. Well, I believe we have a quorum, nevertheless. On this slide, you will see today's agenda, which is also posted publicly on the city's website, boston.gov. We'll now review meeting minutes for the last month's meeting. And are there any comments or modifications any commissioners would like to make? Hearing no comments, who would like to make a motion to accept the minutes?
So moved.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
I second that.
Thank you. When I call your name, please say yes. Ian,
Yes.
Diana, Nigel,
Yes.
Napoleon, Caitlin,
Yes.
Kenny,
Yes.
Abigail. I am a yes as well.
Okay.
I think that's over to you, Karen.
Yep, thank you. So we're going to go over the director's report today. We have just 2 items for review today. As you can see here on the screen, we have Dewitt Playground, and we have some members of the team here who will share. This is a long-term integrated artwork, and it's here for accessioning, so to become part of the city's collection. It is at the Madison Park Athletics Complex at the intersection of Ruggles and Dewitt in Roxbury. So it's at Dewitt Playground. The artists, the play team, include Marlon Forrester and members of Studio Loose, and the proponent for the accessioning is the City of Boston, Mayor's Office of Arts and Culture. The second project we have is The Path is Made by Walking, se hace camino al andar. This is a long-term mural and it is part of the Canvas of Culture initiative. And that is also here for accessioning. That is at the Sarah Roberts School on Cummins Highway in Rosendale. And the artist is David Zayas. And the proponent for that one is also the City of Boston Mayor's Office of Arts and Culture. And I believe Paul may be presenting that one. And we have some updates to share as well. You can see some images here. On October 16th, Amulet by artist Ria Vedra was installed near the Hanover Street entrance of City Hall Plaza. Amulet is the inaugural sculpture at the city's Plinth program and was initiated through the Boston Public Art Accelerator program. This project explores the intersection of materiality and community. Over the course of 3 years, Vedra invited community members to create wish marks, hammering into steel panels while focusing on a wish. Hundreds of wish marks are welded into this sculpture and appear as subtle surface textures. Amulet is intended as a family of guardian birds, protecting the moving energy of the city, offering a safe passage and through a shared landscape. On October 28th, project manager Amber Torres met with artist Lamerci Fraser, Matt from Bob's Welding, and a consultant from Port Lighting at Engine 42 in Eggleston to finalize color presets for call and response, radiating safety. The artwork is close to completion. The fire department's facilities team and electricians were able to meet us on site last week to make a permanent electrical connection, allowing Matt from Bob's Welding to fully program the piece. And you can see some images of that work here. Two Canvas of Culture murals were recently installed at the Carter School. Lior's Garden Energy by Cyril Conan and Carter's Pride by Ernesto Marange. These projects are scheduled to be presented for accessioning at the December BAC meeting. An interior mural installation by artist Laka Nuna Anwar is complete, and their exterior mural, the second work in the Our Colorful Peace series, is scheduled to be installed later this month. Both murals are at the newly renovated Sarah Roberts School in Rosendale. Worker statues of Chinatown figures are now at the Modern Art Foundry in Astoria, New York, for the first step in the bronze casting. Wax figures are created from the rubber molds made from the original clay sculptures. The wax cast will be used for the lost wax method of bronze casting for the 4 figures, scheduled to be installed at various sites in Chinatown in 2026. We are really excited to see that one going forward, and of course you can see the images on the screen. And just this Monday, the public art team took a trip to Brandeis University to review the progress of In Full Bloom by Tori Fair at her studio for the Copley Square Public Art Project. We also invited Josh Crane from Daedalus, the city's on-call conservation firm, to assess the artwork in preparation for Tori's return to the BAC this winter. Adam Frank was also in town recently to conduct a test of the lighting at Copley Square and is working with parks to determine the settings needed to fully experience the artwork. But still light the park adequately for safety purposes. We also have some updates on Monument. BRM and the Faneuil Hall team will begin installing Ways of My Ancestors, Lighting the Pathway to Awareness by artist Scott Stronghawk Foster at Quincy Market from November 15th to 16th. The opening reception will take place on Wednesday, November 19th from 4:30 to 6:30 at Quincy Market. Artist Cedric Douglas will pick up 2 fully cleaned and cured Emancipation prints. These are 3-dimensional prints from Boccaccio Sculpture Services next week. The Mayor's Office of Arts and Culture will work in partnership with the artist on the upcoming activations for his project in the spring of 2026. Artists Neda Mordapour, Azeta Tajpour, and Rasheen Fahandej are currently in the conceptual design and site selection process for their project, Interwoven Herstories, and artists will meet with the Mayor's Office this week to discuss and review conceptual designs. Salvador Jimenez Flores has submitted a conceptual design for Caminantes, Wayfarers, to be installed in East Boston in the summer of 2026. Currently, the artist is building community partnerships with local organizations such as Urbano and the Foundry to host community making workshops, and Salvador will be conducting site visits in Boston in January 2026. Studio Lenka submitted a conceptual design for undocumented monuments and will be conducting site visits in Boston in November with the Mayor's Office of Arts and Culture. In addition, our team and the artists are collaborating with the Mayor's Office for Immigrant Advancement, Equity and Inclusion and the Equity Inclusion Cabinet to promote this project within the local community. Ife Franklin has submitted a conceptual design for Cabin in the Sky. A site visit was conducted in September with the artist and her team, the Parks Department, BRM, and engineers SGH. The site has been mowed and BRM team will begin surveying the grounds. Stephen Peters held 2 out of 6 community meetings to discuss conceptual designs for democratization of art with the Wampanoag Consulting Alliance. The artist will develop and discuss conceptual designs with the Consulting Alliance in the coming months. And then we just have some information about events. I mentioned that Scott Stronghawk Foster's piece, which is being installed this weekend, is opening next week on the 19th. We'll be sure to send you the invitation, but you can also see it here. And you can see 5 of the 10 portraits that are being installed on Quincy Market. But please join us for that. And that is being hosted by ourselves as well as Faneuil Hall Marketplace. And we are having our end of year celebration on December 10th. We'll get that to you soon as well. We're going to host that at the Museum of the National Center of Afro-American Artists at 300 Walnut Ave in Roxbury. And finally, we have some great updates always around the collection care. Citywide conservation for the 2025 season has been completed, including treatments and condition assessments across priority artworks. A Community Preservation Act application was submitted to support the organization of BAC records, improving accessibility and preservation of historical files, and the conservation of Daniel Chester French's statue labor in Franklin Park in partnership with the zoo. And both of those were led by Public Art Registrar Paul Zotov. And with that, I will pass to you, James.
Thank you, Karen. We will now move on to the items on agenda for review, public testimony, and commission vote. Here is how you can participate in today's meeting. If you have technical difficulties, you can ask questions in the chat and a member of staff will help you. When public testimony is requested, you can press the raise your hand icon and we will call on you. If you're calling in, press *9 to raise your hand. At the suggestion of some of our attendees, we will now take a few moments to take any questions surrounding public art. And Paul, I can't see all the hands if any hands are raising.
We should be all good.
Well, thank you for that. Our first project for discussion is Dewitt Playground Long-Term Integrated Artwork Accessioning. And Birgit, I'm passing this off to you.
Great, thank you, James. It is with great pleasure that I introduce Dewitt Playground, a long-term integrated artwork at Madison Park Athletic Complex for Accessioning this evening. A collaboration between artist Marlon Forrester and Studio Luz architects working together as Team Play, for Play, Learn, Athletic Youth. They responded to a Percent for Art call to artists in 2019 and were contracted for the project in 2020 and began developing their vision together. They have reimagined the basketball court as both a neighborhood gathering space and a living canvas, with design and programming developed through thoughtful community engagement that uplifts health and wellness, intergenerational engagement, and of course, play. The distinct elements of the shaded canopies, painted sidelines, and mural of history panels together result in an immersive experience within the Madison Park Athletic Complex. Next slide, please. Marlon Forrester and Joshua Sabufu from Team Play are here to present their project commissioned by the Mayor's Office of Arts and Culture for Accessioning. Next slide. And they will share a project overview and timeline, project design development, documentation, maintenance plans, and a review of the fabrication and installation process. They'll also share a brief summary of the opening community program Out of Bounds, which was developed in conjunction with the Dewitt Playground design as a site-specific celebration of place with the support of a donation from an independent funder. As the first Percent for Art sculpture project of this scale to be installed in 3 years, persevering through delays due to COVID, I'd like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the many partners, in addition to the artist team, who contributed to the project coming to fruition. The City of Boston site partner, the Department of Parks and Recreation, the Mayor's Office of Arts and Culture Public Art team, with appreciation to Sarah Rodrigo, who is no longer with the team, but who served as the project manager for this work for much of its development. And I'd also like to acknowledge BRACE, Building Research, Architecture, and Community Exchange, a charitable organization founded by artists and designers to create new community spaces, and BRM Production Management, who helped to coordinate fabrication and facilitated the installation of the project. And with that, I'm very happy to pass it over to Team Play.
Good evening, commissioners. On behalf of Steel Luz Architects and our collaborator, Marlon Forrester, and partners at the Mayor's Office of Arts and Culture, thank you for the opportunity to present the DeWitt Playground project for accessioning. This timeline illustrates the DeWitt Playground project from concept to completion. Our process began in early 2021 with community engagement and design workshops. Following design approvals and issuance of construction documents later that year, we advanced into final design reviews, working closely with you, obviously, and the project moved into final construction, coordination, fabrication, culminating into substantial completion on August 29th. And the journey concluded with the final event, the Out of Bounds event ceremony that we held on September 28th, 2025, where it was officially open to the public. Next slide, please. And at this juncture, I can confirm that the Mayor's Office of Arts and Culture has received all relevant as-built and maintenance documentation.
We had a couple of different iterations. What you see in front of you are 6 different iterations of objects that we wanted to incorporate into space. So the far top was a seated sculptural piece in which folks could utilize. And we had some different variations on those things. We finally finalized, we were able to use that mirror, the wall of mirror of history, which is on the second row to the top. The shaded canopies on the second row to the far left, and then on the second row to the far right, the Agora 23 sidelines.
Next slide, please.
Also, as you can see, Joshua, you can jump in and talk a little bit about the sculptural and the functional forms of the design layout.
Yeah. Thank you, Marlon. The entire process was grounded in, the spirit of Ubuntu, which basically means I am because we are. And that philosophy guided the whole stage of development, fostering a true collaboration between, the artist, us, the architects, and the Roxbury residents. And together we were able to ensure that every element that played that was brought onto the playground was not only meaningful but culturally resonant, but also safe, strong, and welcoming for everyone, children, adults, and elders alike. And as you can see, these are the elements that we ended upon. And as you can see on the next slide, um, these are kind of like the initial renderings we had for how these pieces would be able to activate this space. Next slide, please. And these are the final figures that we featured on the Mirror of History. Um, Commissioners, you've also received the image use permissions that we were able to acquire for each of these images. It was a long journey being able to get all these permissions from all the photographers and institutions alike.
And side note, there's still so many more heroes and sheroes that we're missing. And
Absolutely.
so we definitely look, based on the community's feedback, we look forward to a bright future of incorporating those into new designs in the future.
Next slide, please. And for the next couple of slides, you're going to see kind of like, walking through the fabrication and installation process step by step. This phase required, and feel free to just click through slowly. This phase required a high level of coordination and precision as we were working through a very tight timeline. The design team, the contractor, and sub-consultants collaborated closely, often in real time and ongoing fabrication to ensure that every detail aligned with our designs and that we successfully reached our targeted completion date. And as you can see, the images of all those pieces after being um, fabricated, being brought onto the site. And one of the things that was very interesting was seeing the community engagement, even through construction and installation, kind of like seeing the kids and seeing the residents kind of like come through and see it, change with time. Next slide, please.
Even more so, I think the conversation for young people, myself being a Boston public school teacher and having students who live in the residence, they were saying, Forrester, it's amazing to watch the process in terms of from fabrication to its completion and how it really symbolizes a transformation for them who utilize the park every day.
And with installation now complete, these images in the next couple slides show the final elements as they stand on the site today. And I'll pretty much let the images do the talking here. And which led us to the opening event. At this moment, I'll yield the floor to Marlon again as he takes us through the project launch and opening events.
So out of bounds for me was really important, right? How do we transform a space or place? Many times, these spaces like basketball courts within urban spaces or within other spaces are never treated or I would say blessed or given. And so within this space, I had a performance piece was called Passing, and this is the migration process. We enter with models and drums, and we really try to look to Ubuntu, right? Acknowledging the idea of the ancestors, right? And also asking for them to give us grace in the process. And with that, we also had a panel discussion, which we had leaders within the community speak to the history and also actually the direct knowledge and connection to like Reggie Lewis. We have Coach Dennis Wilson speaking about his relationship with Reggie Lewis, as well as his connection to Chuck Turner and so forth. We had community members come out. And then we also had, just amazing opportunity for young people to engage. They had food there, they had knowledge, they had events. I think it was a great way to celebrate the completion of this process?
Commissioners, thank you so much for your time and for your continued commitment to public art. This project truly belongs to the people, to the community, to Roxbury, and to Boston at large. We're deeply honored to present it for accessioning, and we appreciate your attention throughout our presentation, and we'll yield the floor and look forward to hearing your feedback. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this amazing opportunity to leave an imprint in the lives of those who live within Boston and myself.
Yes,
Thank,
myself too.
yeah, thank you for your time. So commissioners, do any of you have any comments that you'd like to make at this time or have any questions? And I'd like to just say thanks so much for your thorough and comprehensive presentation, but not only that, all the work that has taken for you to get to this point. I really appreciate, acknowledge that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, I can add that I attended the opening and I was there for like the very last few moments as folks are wrapping up, and Marlon was out there balling with the last young people that were there. So it was definitely a community centered event. Folks were there early and it seemed as if they stayed late well beyond the event, and the park and the artwork also looked lively with the addition of the artwork. So just wanted to send shout out and kudos to everyone who participated in delivering this to our community.
Thank you, Kenny.
Thank you so much.
Any other commissioners? Hearing nothing, I will add if anyone in the public would like to have a question or a comment. Okay, then. Does any commissioner wish to make a motion to accept this accessioning?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Yes.
Thank you for those. I will call your name. Please say yay or nay to the accessioning. Ian.
Yay.
Nigel.
Yes.
Napoleon. I thought I said Napoleon. Caitlin.
Yes.
Kenny.
Yes.
And I am a yes as well. Thanks so much. It is a session, and thanks so much for your time, your efforts. And once again, I appreciate all the work that it took to get to this point.
Thank you so much, commissioners. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, commissioners.
Congratulations. It's really beautiful.
Congratulations to you
Thank-
both.
Thank
Wonderful
you
work.
for all your hard work, Karen. Thank you,
Thanks,
Bridget.
Karen. Thanks, Birgit. Thanks,
Thanks,
everyone.
Bridget. Thanks, Susan, as well.
Our final project for discussion is The Path is Made by Walking, Se hace camino al andar, a long-term mural as part of a Canvas of Culture initiative, Accessioning. And Paul, I am passing this off to you.
Thanks, James. As you might remember, this September, David Zayas presented his concept for 2 murals at the Sarah Roberts School, and today we're excited to welcome them into the commission. Through a diptych narrative across 2 walls, the courtyard murals reimagine and modernize the story of Sarah C. Roberts, who, at age 5, walked past several white schools to attend the most distant one for Black students. Her experience left a legacy that paved the way for new generations, advancing the end of school segregation in Massachusetts. This image, inspired by the title of the piece, poet Antonio Machado's famous phrase, Se hace camino al andar, the path is made by walking. The direction of the design emerged from the dialogue with Rosendale students and a deeper understanding of the school's living cultures, which include a multilingual academic program that embraces both English and Spanish. Thus, the murals reflect the spirits of the new K-6 schools, celebrating confidence and self-esteem across both languages. At the heart of the mural is a girl is forging her own path, pausing only to tie her sneakers before continuing with strength. Her gaze is boundless, her bag is filled with flowers, scattering petals along her way, while she holds a basketball representing determination and teamwork. The cosmic background opens up a window to the imagination, while her sneakers symbolize a visual journey rooted in community and driven by dreams. The murals are a visual love letter to childhood, diversity, and the power of believing in oneself. They are a visual promise that each student, like Sarah Roberts, is called to walk toward their own greatness. With every step, they carry their own flowers, dreams, languages, neighborhoods, and the deep conviction that the universe belongs to them. And here's just a little bit more about our maintenance stipulations as well as just material information. And I think we're ready for the next slide.
And I think that's me. Commissioners, does anyone wish to make a comment or a question at this time? No commissioners. I'll open it up to the general public. Are there any questions or comments that they wish to make? Okay, then. Does any commissioner wish to make a motion?
I'll make a motion.
And that motion is to accept the accessioning of the path is made by walking, se hace, camino, andar, the accessioning. So I just want to make sure that we get all of that. And is there a second to that motion?
Seconded.
Thank you. So I'm going to call your name. Please say yea or nay to this accessioning. Beginning with Ian.
Yes.
Nigel.
Yes.
I'm going to say Napoleon again because I thought I saw his name.
He is here.
I thought I saw, but I didn't hear yay or nay the last time. And maybe he's having issues with the audio. I'm just going to move on to Caitlin.
Yes.
Kenny.
Yes.
Back to Napoleon in case he's figured out that audio.
Yes, I feel as though I had myself muted. Yes,
All right.
yes, yes.
Thank you for the triple yeses. And I'm a yes as well. And so it is a session. Thank you so much for the time and effort in getting this done. And now we come to the last slide, and the last order of business is adjournment. Who of the commissioners would like to make a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Anybody else moved?
I moved.
Thank
Second.
you. I will call your name and you will say yea or nay to the adjournment of tonight's meeting. Ian.
Yes.
Nigel.
Yes.
Napoleon.
Yes.
Caitlin.
Yes.
Kenny.
Yes.
I am a yes as well. We are adjourned, and thank everyone for coming out on a Wednesday evening for this meeting. Thanks so much and see you next time.
Thanks,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Well done,
Bye.
Bye,
James.
y'all. Have a good
Thanks.
night.
Bye, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Mhm.
No recording.
Yep, I think we're done.
I am not controlling it.
Thanks, James.
I'm not sure who's controlling the recording.
I
Oh,
think
yeah.
yeah.
Phil.
We are done.
Okay,
Thank you.
I'm gonna stop
Yes.
sharing. I'm gonna stop sharing then.
And,
Just
and
wanted to
stop
make sure.
and
All
stop
right.
recording. I guess you could just end it. It'll stop recording, but yeah, sure.
Yeah.
All
Bye,
right.
guys.
Thank you.
Bye, James. Thank you.
All right,
So
thanks.
just to make sure